Namaste, dear seekers. On April 13th, Shri Brahmachaitanya Maharaj lovingly reminds us about the depth and purity of saints' wisdom. While we may read their books with our eyes, true understanding dawns only with their grace. Their words are not mere literature. They are guiding lights, inviting us to walk the path of spiritual truth. Let us listen closely to Maharaj's profound discourse. The knowledge which the saints possess is so subtle, penetrating and comprehensive that they easily grasp the essence or the purport of the Vedas and their philosophy. They may perhaps not be able to say who wrote a certain treatise, or when, or where, or what appears on such and such a page, but the gist of all books is certainly in their ken. Common people like us often just read the words in a saint's writing, but the real gist can only be understood by the saint's grace. By ourselves, we can understand it no better than the comprehension of the Father's message which a child may convey to the mother in its own lisping words. The saints write books to enable intelligent readers to convince themselves and progress on the spiritual path. We should not try to interpret their words in a strained or far-fetched manner, but just accept them straightforwardly. We should read without prejudice or preconceptions for a clear understanding. Just as overwriting makes the original illegible, preconceptions muddle understanding. So, our reading should be with a clear, unprejudiced mind. Books like the Jnaneshwari and Dasabodh should be read with close attention, just as a letter from a person near and dear to us is read most attentively down to the last little syllable, as addressed to us in a personal capacity. Many people go to listen to discourses just because it is a social vogue, or as an entertainment, or as something to kill time with. Few indeed are those who read saints' books really to find out what they ought to do, and act accordingly. More read them out of blind reverence because they were written by saints, while the majority do not care to read them at all. People in general, usually disregard God and spiritual values. We often find ourselves seeking a saint to learn how to go against this common trend. Saints, well, they have an awareness of the body only to the extent that's necessary in practical life. Beyond that, they treat the body as no better, no truer, than, say, a mere shadow. I mean, it's not really sense to grieve for pain to a shadow, right? And that's why the saints remain unaffected by the body's pains and pleasures. Many people, even those unrelated to a saint or not receiving any kind of reward from him, willingly labor for him or for those who visit him. And you see, they do this because of his divine love for them. Personal reflection. Sant Andal, the saint whose words became divine union. Sant Andal, one of the 12 Alvars of Tamil Nadu, was not just a poet saint but a true embodiment of divine love. From a young age, she was deeply immersed in the worship of Lord Vishnu. Every day she would string flower garlands for the deity, but, not before first wearing them herself. When her father, Vishnu Chitta, also known as Periyalvar, discovered this, he was, initially upset. But then Lord Vishnu himself appeared in a dream and declared that he actually preferred the garlands worn by Andal, as they carried the fragrance of her pure devotion. As Andal grew, so did her longing, not for worldly marriage but for union with Lord Ranganatha, a form of Vishnu. She composed the most exquisite verses, full of yearning and surrender, especially the Tirupavai and Nachiyar Tirumoji. These verses, even today, are sung by devotees with great reverence and love. Her words were not just poems, they were acts of surrender, filled with emotional depth and profound theological insight. You see, her writings reflected the same truth that Maharaj often speaks of. The words of saints carry divine power when read with bhakti and humility. Eventually, Andal refused all worldly suitors, firmly declaring that she would marry only the Lord. Her devotion moved the priests of the Srirangam temple so deeply that they invited her to the sanctum. Clad as a bride, she entered the temple, and there, in a miracle witnessed by many, Andal merged into the deity of Lord Ranganatha, becoming one with her beloved. Her life teaches us something truly profound, that saintly writings are not meant to be analyzed like scholars often do, but rather, they are to be lived with open and humble hearts. Like Andal's verses, written with total devotion, the words of saints can indeed carry us into the very presence of God. Let us approach the writings of saints, not with intellect alone, but with childlike faith and yearning. As Sant Andal showed us, even poetry written in love can become a path to liberation. May we read, reflect, and live the teachings of saints, not as dry lessons but as letters from the divine, addressed straight to our soul. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Ram.